most potent, grave, and reverend signors, my very noble and approved good masters, that I have taken away this old man's daughter, it is most true. True, I have married her. The very head and front of my offending hath this extent, no more. Rude am I in my speech, and little blessed with the soft phrase of peace. For since these arms of mine had 7 years' pith, till now some 9 moons wasted, they've used their dearest actions in the tented field. And little of this great world can I speak, more than pertains to feats of broil and battle. And therefore, little shall I grace my cause in speaking for myself. Yet, by your gracious patience, I shall a round unvarnished tale deliver of my whole course of love. What drugs, what charms, what conjurations, and what mighty magic. For such proceedings I'm charged withal. I won his daughter. And that was Shakespeare's Othello. It's like the way he starts, most potent, grave, and reverend signors. The way he's addressing the people, the Senate. He's giving them all these attributes about them being potent, grave, and how much they are revered, and then he says, my very noble and approved good masters, again reaffirming how noble they are and how he is in agreement with everything that they do, which is a great way to start a speech if you're trying to negotiate or if you're trying to convince people to some sort of idea or some argument where you're trying to convince people. First, you must disarm their thinking about you coming with some negative motives. And so he's affirming that he does in fact revere them, that he considers them to be noble people, and then he says, my very noble and approved good masters, that I have taken away this old man's daughter, it is most true. So he's not even debating the fact that Desdemona is his wife. He's not debating that. That's not up for debate. So another way to disarm them, and I actually use this in arguments where it's easy to get wrapped up when you're arguing with somebody and the person is going to think maybe perhaps you are not agreeing with what they're saying, with what they're claiming. But if you begin by confirming that you actually agree with them as far as the conviction is, he says, yes, I have taken away this old man's daughter. It's most true. I'm not here to debate that. And so then what is he going to debate then? So when you're arguing with somebody, you might be arguing over a topic where it's not that you disagree with the person, but it's some aspects of the topic that you disagree with. So he continues, true, I have married her, which you can't marry someone without the law being on your side. In a certain sense, at least the law of God is on their side, since it's a real marriage. So that I've taken away this old man's daughter is most true. I have married her. Then he says, rude am I in my speech, and little blessed with the soft phrase of peace. Man, that's got to be one of the best lines out there, man. He said, rude am I in my speech, and little blessed with the soft phrase of peace. You can hear the rudeness. Rude am I in my speech, and little blessed with the soft phrase of peace. For since these arms of mine had 7 years' pith, till now some 9 moons wasted, they've used their dearest action in the tented field. So that's his justification for having rude speech. Whereas senators and other common folk and civilians, they're used to having to talk things out with words rather than with fists, rather than settling things with broil and battle. So he says, little blessed with the soft phrase of peace. For since these arms of mine had 7 years' pith till now some 9 moons wasted, they've used their dearest action in the tented field. And little of this great world can I speak more than pertains to feats of broil and battle. Can you hear it? It says, little of this great world can I speak more than pertains to feats of broil and battle. You can hear the presence in the battlefield just from those lines. One of the powers that Shakespeare has with words, represent these things in lines. So, then feats of broil and battle, he says, and little shall I grace my cause in speaking for myself. So he's saying, even the fact that I'm speaking to you guys, for me is not common. So I'm not used to swaying people with my words. Don't hold me to some high standard of speech, knowing that you guys are noble, venerable, signors, and approved good masters. You guys know the art of speech and argumentation. So he's saying, little shall I grace my cause in speaking for myself. He's like, maybe I should have one of you guys do the speaking for me, be my lawyer, be my representatives, because it's not my forte, as he says. So, yet by a gracious patience, I shall around unvarnished tale deliver of my whole course of love. Around unvarnished tale. Think about that. Around unvarnished tale. He's like, no bumps, no rough edges. It's complete. It represents the truth in its entirety. It's not roughed up by some lies and some corners and things like that. He said, of my entire course of love, what drugs, charms, what conjurations, and what mighty magic. For such proceedings I am charged with all. Now he goes, these proceedings are those for which I am charged. I'm being charged for using drugs, charms, conjurations, and mighty magic on this woman. Man, what a great way to bring up the accusations. And then he finishes up by saying, in fact, I won his daughter. He's talking about, I won this fair and square. Like he's used to, even on the battlefield, if you fight hard and fortune's on your side and you overcome the enemy, then you're the winner. And to you go the spoils of war. Some say that love is a battlefield. So to this warrior, he's saying, I actually went to war, in a sense, for this woman's love, and I won it. And if you're going to convict someone for going to war for love and winning it, that's something quite heavy to weigh on your conscience, isn't it?